Hey, what's up guys? In this video we're going to be taking a look at the whole Asics running shoe lineup. Hey, what's up everyone and welcome back to FORDY RUNS. Now if this is your first time at FORDY RUNS, I want you to smash that pink button down there that says subscribe on it. Go to our Facebook page and join the FORDY RUNS running community and check out the description. There's loads of cool things, including a link to all these Asics shoes. I thought it'd be cool to do a video this week on all the different shoes, or most of the shoes that Asics are making at the moment in terms of running shoes, and give you some sort of tips and hints on which one, if you are looking for a new running shoe, to sort of guide you along the way. So let's get stuck in. Right guys, now firstly, this is not a paid effort by Asics, right? They've not asked me to make this video, so just to put that out there, just in case you think this is sponsored by Asics, it's not. But I thought it'd be cool to sort of go through the different lineup of Asics, because they've done an amazing job at going from sort of a clunky, untrendy, sort of very boring traditional sort of brand of running shoes to making some absolute corkers, some real winners in terms of running shoes. I mean, just to give you an example of what they've done with the Glide Ride is just, and I know Glide Ride, for you, anyone who's new to the channel, I love the Glide Ride, but it's just the evolution has been incredible. So you've got to take your hat off to Asics, because they've made some really big steps. So today I want to go through some of the different sort of shoes in the lineup. We're going to miss out a couple, you know, like the Gel Nimbus and stuff like that. Basically they're just quite bland, boring shoes, so I didn't want to talk about them today. I wanted to talk about the ones that are kind of funky, kind of different, and then we've got some of the more traditional ones in there as well. Right, so we're going to start off the top end of the scale. For all you sort of hardcore and racing ninjas out there, we've got the Metaracer. Now, I've done videos, by the way, on all the shoes I'm going to talk about today, so make sure you check them out. But this is sort of the top end of the scale, so this is their sort of carbon-plated racing flat shoe kind of thing, which appeals to us hardcore nutters. Now this shoe is designed to be ultra breathable. It's even got a hole in the front, and it's got a carbon plate which is running along the bottom, so it's bottom loaded, so you get much more of a snap off your toe as you come through it. You've got a newly designed flight foam in the midsole, so it's really springy and really responsive, and you combine that with the sort of lightness of it. I can't remember the exact weight, but it's something like 7 ounces. It's super lightweight, and as I say, it's really breathable. They've tried to add technology in here to keep your foot cool, because that should hopefully make you perform better. This is one of my favourite shoes out at the moment. I wouldn't necessarily wear this for a marathon, and I don't think, you know, if you're an everyday runner like me, you would want to wear this for a marathon. I think where this comes into its own is over the half marathon and 10k distance. Next up, let's talk about the Novablast. The reason I want to talk about the Novablast because it is hugely popular. People absolutely love this shoe. If you've not seen the videos, I've not got on very well with this shoe, simply because the new technology, the flight foam blast in it, is very soft on the inside. Now I fatigue pronate, and when I get lazy as well, I sort of pronate a bit. So what I found over the longer distances on the inside of my shin, where it's a little bit unstable, I've got some pain. So I've been limited to sort of shorter distances in it, and that's, for me, is where it's coming to its own. It's very responsive. The flight foam blast feels great. The shoe is just over 10 ounces. It's under £100 here in the UK. I think it looks awesome. It does come up a little bit big, just as a heads up. I'm a UK 9.5 with pretty much most of my shoes, but actually I could get away with a 9 in these. So that is something to consider. Again, always go along to your local running store, support your local running store and get fitted for these. But this is a great shoe for everyday training, but also going up into those longer runs. If you're marathon training, half marathon training, this is definitely a shoe to put in your rotation. One of my absolute favourites from Asics current lineup is the Evo Ride. I love this shoe, and I've pretty much destroyed this shoe. Now it's getting to the point where it's starting to break up on the outsole, and that's more to do with where I'm running than anything else. Down the toe path, canal pass, it really does chew them up. It just eats shoes down there because it's gravelly and horrible. But this shoe has held its own. I absolutely love the rocker in this shoe. The guide sole technology taken over from the Glide Ride, and we'll talk about that when I get to the Glide Ride. But this shoe is nice and light. I think it's like a 5mm drop in it. It's under £100. You've got a really nice breathable upper. The whole shoe feels responsive, and just, you know, you can do easy pace in it. You can then just pick up a real decent tempo pace in it. You can take this along and smash out a 5:10 half marathon, no problem, and it will give you everything you want. For me, this is one of my absolute favourite daily training shoes out there at the moment. If you can pick these up, I would recommend it. It is a great shoe. Next up is the sort of flagship Asics support shoe, the Kiana 27. Now, I always say that wrong, so let me know in the comments if I said it wrong. This has got plenty of gel in the heel. It's got this sort of cage here in the middle of the foot, so it just provides plenty of stability in the heel. You've got a decent amount of flex, but really here it just locks you down, and it's so stable. There's plenty of cushioning. It is more for a traditional Asics shoe. It is quite heavy. It's 11 and a bit ounces, and it's £155, which is a load of money for an Asics shoe. But you are getting, you know, the top end in terms of stability shoes, I would say. It is true to size. It's got a nice breathable upper, plenty of stability as well down the side. You've got this massive heel counter again, all about making sure you sort of, yeah, what's the best way to do it? You're basically nice and steady while you're out there, because if you pronate and move around, this will lock you in. I got this shoe because I was looking for something on those tired runs, when I'm running on tired legs, when I do tend to pronate. You know, using this on those sort of runs where it's just steadying the ship as I go along. It's got a great outsole, as you'd expect from the Kiana range. This is the first Kiana that I had. Again, apologies if I pronounced it wrong, but I was recommended to check it out because of the pronation issues I was having on those sort of tired runs. It's got flight foam in the midsole now, which is great, so you do get that nice responsive ride from the midsole. But it is, as I say, just be aware, it is £155. Right, then you've got the Cumulus 22, which I think is actually a better shoe than the Nimbus, which is why I put this in here, and we didn't include the Nimbus today. You know, you've got the gel here, but it just feels that little bit less cumbersome and less sort of old Asics, what old Asics shoes are all about. I just feel like they've sort of got a little bit more modern with this one. It's got a fantastic outsole on it, which is one of the reasons why I bought it. But it comes into that sort of, again, that daily training realm, but I wouldn't necessarily compare it to the Evo Ride. The Evo Ride is a shoe that you can pick up the pace a little bit more in. This shoe is just there really to eat up those miles if you are marathon training or just daily training. This is a great shoe to definitely try it. Again, flight foam in it, so it's nice and responsive but cushioned, and there's plenty of room in here. It is £120. You'll probably get this for under £120 pretty soon, and it's just, yeah, it's just a great daily trainer. Right, and then at the sort of bottom end of the scale, if you call it that, you've got the Novablast. £80 here in the UK, which is awesome. You've got flight foam blast in the midsole. You don't have the high stack height like in the Novablast, so I didn't have any stability issues. Nice breathable upper. It's, you know, it's thick, so, you know, it's not, it's £80, right? So you get what you pay for, but it is breathable, is what I'm trying to say. You know, there's elements of structure to it, but it just, you know, it just feels like a basic shoe, but in a good way. You know, if you just want a shoe to stick on and go out and run, maybe you're doing a couch to 5K or you're just knocking out park run every week, then this is a great shoe. Or if you're, you know, you're looking to go from like, what's the best way to describe it? Like a caramel shoe. You've been running in caramel shoes, but you want to try, you know, an Asics brand or a Brooks brand, well, then check out the Novablast. It's a nice responsive ride, and at £80, it's an absolute steal. Right, and then we've got the Glide Ride, my old favourite. I left it to the end because it's the one I absolutely love, and I wanted to keep you all waiting. But this shoe is just is amazing, and I think Asics really turned the corner when they brought this shoe out. They tried it with the Metaracer, I think it's called, which was an experiment more than anything else, where they started with some of this technology, but then they brought this version out, which is a much more affordable version of that technology. You can pick this shoe up for under £100 now here in the UK. You've got a little bit of gel in there, but you combine it with the flight foam, and then you've got the guide sole technology, which is all about, it's right, they're filthy, all about giving you more of an efficient ride. So they're trying to reduce ankle movement and just make you just much more efficient over that longer distances when you are running. You've got nice structure in the sort of exposed heel counter here, and again down the side. There's plenty of room in it. You've got a rocker, so you can sort of go through. If you are a heel striker like me, you're going to get loads of support at the back, and it is going to take you through. They do fit true to size. I would say the upper's not the most breathable in the world, but it's absolutely fine. So if you're looking for a marathon shoe or a half marathon shoe, or if, you know, let's say you're a little bit bigger than some people, this is a shoe to check out. It's got loads of cushioning in it, and it's just absolutely perfect. Right guys, so that's the Asics current lineup. Hopefully I've given you some, or shed some light actually on what each one is, depending on what you're looking for. I think to summarise it, if you're looking for a racing shoe, then obviously you go with the Metaracer. If you're looking for a daily trainer, for me it's the Evo Ride, but I think the Cumulus 22 is an awesome shoe. If you need some sort of stability, then check out the Kiana 27, which I'm probably still saying incorrectly. And if you're looking for a long run shoe or an all-rounder, then it's the Glide Ride for me.